What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. Uploads every day at 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern. Stop whatever you're doing and come bet on some aliens. Do you remember when we rushed up on Area 51? That was one of those rare moments. We were united as a country during that moment. And the Air Force was united in don't try us, we stay ready. But now we have something new to rally around. I guess we're going to talk about is that by design or not? Who knows? But one of my favorite writers is Will Cormier. Will, I hope I pronounced your name right. He's also one of my favorite people that I follow on Twitter. And he came out with an article on this whole topic. It is a legit topic now. This isn't a wackadoo thing anymore. The Pentagon, as far as not aliens on the planet, but unidentified flying objects are real. It's been acknowledged by the Pentagon. It is on mainstream media. I will agree with everyone that when something's on mainstream media and confirmed by the Pentagon, it's probably not real, but it's out there. This is a funny article. It's really, all his stuff is well written. This is not a endorsement or like any type of paid endorsement deal. But if you want to get over to his work, if you go to thesportsgeek.com and then click on blog, you'll see sports betting blog. You'll see politics, the gag, these fun bets, entertainment. See, there's Will there and then some other writers. So I am on this one right here. Stop what you're doing and come bet some aliens. So he starts it off with, we need a collective obsession, something we can all fret over together. Thankfully, all signs point to aliens providing the catalyst we so desperately need. Why? So this stuff is on mainstream now for the first time at this scale that I've ever seen. That can't be an accident. There's got to be a reason for that. Whether the reason could be they're just being honest. But that could be a reason as I laugh. Have you heard the news? The Pentagon has confirmed the authenticity of several recordings documenting encounters with UFOs. Several videos taken from the cockpits of Navy fighter jets show the mysterious craft displaying seemingly impossible maneuvering capabilities at extremely high speeds. The footage is grainy. It's this infrared stuff from where you're in a aircraft or a battleship. I'm waiting to see like real footage. What we can't see these things out in the daylight. Well, it's impossible for the government to be able to stop every single bit of footage or cell phone footage that someone could have taken from these things.
In night vision video from a Navy destroyer, a mysterious flying triangle above the deck of the ship. The Pentagon confirming the images obtained by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell were taken by Navy personnel.
The Pentagon has confirmed a strange and unexpected sight captured by Navy personnel off the coast of California.
2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago. And so it goes on. You know what would be really embarrassing is if it turns out that you could recreate these videos.
UFO, oh my God, it's vanished. That must mean it's got some sort of cloaking technology as, oh my God, it's reappeared again.
With a piece of aluminium with some holes poked in it.
We still don't have clear video of these things. So we've had a couple sightings. One was the triangle with the blinking lights. There was another one where there are a bunch of objects that were circling a ship. There's stuff out here that all this is all confirmed by the Pentagon that they don't know what it is, that this is real footage. So before we get into the prop bets, he had a funny section on Joe Biden. And he's talking about, well, if Joe Biden is the leader of the free world and he's the one that's going to step up and be the spokesperson for the country in front of in my words, he didn't use these words, but the Galactic Federation, as we heard from that Israeli chief. Remember, the former Israeli space security chief told an Israeli newspaper that the U.S. and Israel have been working with the Galactic Federation of aliens in recent years, but humanity isn't ready to know about it. So that's something to think about with all this stuff here. But if Joe Biden is the one, I think obviously it should be Elon Musk if he's not the alien himself. But Joe Biden would say, this is from Will's article here. What would Joe Biden say to these aliens as you're coming up to them, the ship's landing, you're at this dramatic scene? Come here, you dog-faced swamp things. I'll wrap this chain around your big green noggin like that bastard corn pop. Growing up in Delaware, we used to force the cabbage head kids to stand under the bridge while we bounced pennies off their skulls from above. I've seen your kind. Joe Biden. Could you imagine Joe Biden trying to represent the free world? I'm just going to go over some of these prop bets. Let me know in the comments if you care about this stuff or not, or what do you think about these bets here? Bob Lazar has been on Joe Rogan's show, and there are still clips on YouTube where he claimed that he was hired to work at this secret military base called S4 near Area 51 in Nevada. He claimed the flying saucers were powered by this antimatter, this anti-gravity reactor fueled by this new element E115. At the time, it didn't exist, but it has been successfully synthesized since he brought it up. That leads some credence to it. And these craft that the government is confirming, they're flying in a way that would mimic what he talked about back in '89. What do you want me to do? Hey, that's the way it is. This bullet point really stood out for me in Will's article. With the inevitable implosion of the world economy on the horizon and an urgent push for a great reset for global finance, those in power may use alien disclosures as a distraction tool. They'll use leaks to keep everyone distracted from societal collapse, reframe people's perceptions on fellow Earthlings, and provide a mysterious threat from beyond that necessitates cooperation. A greater sense of camaraderie will derive from planetary outsiders being a part of the equation. We have China and the U.S. both on Mars right now with robots. U.S. has the flying drone on Mars, and China has their own robot on Mars as well. I'm watching that video. Now, I'm not thinking about aliens, but when you think about everything that's happening here, it makes you wonder, are we being set up for something? Whether it's real or not, who knows? This one's interesting. He said, taking the upcoming economic recession into account, I predict the power players will need to impress the people by disclosing something mind-blowing like an extraterrestrial craft to keep the masses pacified. In the upcoming economic recession, is he saying we're going to go into another recessionary period? So in his conclusion, he says, I predict the captured UFO they've been sitting on since the 1940s will come first. Maybe they'll admit to having the craft but claim it's non-functional, or that they haven't solved how to operate yet. That way you generate the desired attention without the common folks' pesky expectations for such technologies. Now, he really thought this through. As you can see, great writing here. What do you think? Tell me. Do you see this happening? I know for one thing, something's going on. That's why it's being talked about. The media doesn't talk about stuff, right? Especially nowadays, the media doesn't talk about stuff that isn't pertinent for some reason through the establishment. What's the reason? Distraction, sleight of hand, or is it the slow reveal? Remember, they said, we're working with the aliens, but humanity is not ready yet. Maybe they're preparing us. Who knows? Take care.